After this, we see a scene a bit farther from Toad Village. It's already dark now. All the knights have set up camp here. They are completely exhausted, physically and mentally defeated. The leader of the knights turns to one of his comrades and asks, "Do you still want to live, along with everyone else?" The knights respond firmly, "Yes, of course, we want to live." The leader continues, "Then answer me one question. How many bandits attacked us?" Hearing this, the knights begin looking at each other in confusion. The question seems simple, almost too obvious. They respond, "Only one." That's when they realize what the leader is really asking. One of them corrects himself, "No, not one. There were 100, more than 100. The leader says, "That's the difference between an ordinary knight and a true leader. Your thinking is still small. There weren't just 100, nearly 300 bandits attacked us all of a sudden. They came at us from every direction. Despite the chaos, we held our ground and tried to fight back. But even with all our efforts, it was too late. The bandits managed to seize control of the chariot and began escaping with it. We chased after them. We didn't want even a single bandit to get away, especially not with the chariot. But because they outnumbered us, they managed to block our path. And during all of this, one of our own, Knight Lin, went missing. We don't know where he is. Maybe he died. And despite putting our lives on the line, we still couldn't save the young madam. They kidnapped her. You all need to understand something clearly. When we return to the city, this is the exact story we'll tell, word for word. If anyone changes a single detail, everyone will be punished. All of you will be executed." All the knights standing there nod in agreement without hesitation. They all want to survive. Then, the leader stands tall and says, "All right, let's move. We need to return to the city immediately and report everything." But then, we see something unexpected. Knight Lin isn't missing. He's right there, standing ahead, spear in hand, eyes burning with fury. He thinks to himself, "How could this happen? How could someone kidnap the young lady right in front of me? It was my job to protect her at all costs, and I failed. For a knight, this is utterly shameful. But I promise this, no matter what it takes, I will rescue her. Madam Su, until I set you free, I will not rest, and once I do, I'll prove to the entire world that I am a true knight, one who knows how to fulfill his duty." After this, we switch to a scene in Todd Village where a man named Senji is standing in front of Changli. The system appears, displaying a screen with Senji's details. It reads, Name, Senji, age, 49. He possesses the power of an inept strategist. This power is currently very low grade and ineffective. If anyone follows his advice and it turns out to be correct, they will suffer a loss. However, if his advice is wrong, it could lead to complete destruction. In simple terms, listening to him is a lose-lose situation. You should think at least 300,000 to 400,000 times before acting on anything he says. Upon reading this, Changli turns to the system and asks, "What kind of absurd skill is this? You should have told me beforehand. This strategist is absolutely useless. And you leveled him up? You made him a strategist? A strategist whose advice brings only harm? Why would I even consult him?" As Changli speaks, negative thoughts about the strategist cloud his mind. At that moment, Senji looks at him and asks, "Is something wrong? Why are you staring at me like that?" Changli replies, "Oh no, I'm not looking at you. I'm just staring at my own bad luck, wondering how it could possibly get any worse." Senji, keeping a straight face, says, "By the way, Chief, the girl you brought here, I asked her name. She said it's Swaying E. She's from Blackstorm City. And not just anyone, she's the princess." He pauses for a moment, then adds, "Do you realize what that means? She's extremely important to Blackstorm City. They could send a massive army here just for her. That city is powerful. The knights there could launch an attack on us at any time. You probably know that our previous chief was also killed by those same forces. If they attack again, they won't just fight, they'll wipe us all out." Just then, Liger arrives at the scene and cheerfully announces, "Dad. Chief. It's time for dinner." Changli sighs and says, "I think we should eat first. We'll discuss everything over food. And make sure Queen Man is part of the conversation." They all move to a simple cooking area. It's nothing fancy, they're making their own meals. Among all of them, only Queen Man seems to know anything significant about Blackstorm City. Changli turns to him and asks, "What do you know about that place?" Queen Man explains, "The king of Blackstone City is ruthless and dangerous. His name is Hanju. He commands an army of 5,000 soldiers. And one thing's for sure, if he decides to attack, he will attack. He doesn't hesitate." Senji immediately reacts, 5,000 soldiers? That's way too many. If he brings that force here, we'll be annihilated. I think we should retreat, fast. Changli interrupts, "Retreat? What do you mean? We've already kidnapped the princess. Even if we return her, it won't matter anymore. What do you want me to do? Bow before them, hand her back, and say, sorry, it was a mistake, and expect forgiveness? No, they'll kill us anyway. And if we surrender now, we'll lose even the shield we currently have. Senji quickly backs off. Yes, you're right. Don't listen to me. I never said anything. Just pretend I didn't speak at all. That's when Queen Man steps forward with a bold idea. There's no doubt they'll attack us. But what if we strike first? We go after their king, Hanju, and kill him. Then we seize the city before they can make a move. We already have a strategist. Let's use him. Devise a plan that gives us at least a 70% chance of winning. Senji stares in disbelief and says, are you out of your mind? I'm not that kind of strategist. I can't give you a 70% win rate. Besides, you're just two people. You can't win a fight against them under any circumstances. Liger, pack up. We're leaving. There's no point staying here. Liger, tears in her eyes, says, yes, you're right. If we stay, we'll be finished. That army will destroy us so completely that not even our remains will be found. But Changli raises his voice, silencing everyone. Enough. Everyone, calm down and listen. He continues, there are a few things I've realized. First, we've kidnapped a girl who was headed toward Blackstorm City. That likely means she was on her way to marry the king. We've kidnapped the king's bride. Blackstone City may have 5,000 soldiers, but they won't send them all. At most, 1,000 or 2,000 will be sent to deal with us. He pauses, then says, Blackstone City is also very far away. Even if their soldiers come, it'll take them 5 days to reach us. And I think 5 days is enough. In those 5 days, we'll turn this place into a fortress. We'll set traps everywhere. By the time they arrive, they'll walk straight into their doom. We'll transform this village into a place no army can conquer. Just as he finishes speaking, the girl approaches, and the system appears again. It informs Changli, you have received a new quest, defend your village at all costs. If successful, the population of your village will be increased. After that, Changli continues speaking, the third and most important thing, which I now understand clearly, is this, we are currently at war with Blackstone City. As you mentioned earlier, Blackstone City was the one that wiped out our previous chief. That makes it clear, they are our enemies. We have to destroy that city at any cost. And if we back down out of fear, that would be nothing short of shameful. On the other hand, Queen Man is also in conflict with Blackstone City. They want to destroy her as well. Which means even Queen Man can't afford to retreat. It would be just as disgraceful for her. And here we are, in our own village, being attacked by outsiders. How can we even think of running away like cowards? When we have so many reasons to stay and fight, so many reasons to resist Blackstone City, then there's absolutely no reason for us to flee. That leaves us with only one option, defend our village by any means necessary. Right now, we have no other choice. That's when CNG's strategist mind kicks in. He says, there are two paths from Blackstone City to us. One is the main route, which can be used to send a large army. They'll spread wide and advance from that direction. If they plan to attack with full force, that's the route they'll most likely choose. The other is a narrower path. A large army can't move together through it. If they decide to send a smaller unit, they'll definitely take that route. The real problem is, how do we know which path they'll use? Where do we lay our traps? If we pick the wrong path, they could come through the other and catch us off guard. Hearing this, Changli starts thinking, he's definitely not a good strategist. That means whatever option he gives us will likely be the wrong one. With that in mind, he asks CNG, what do you think? Which path will they take? CNG replies, I think they'll take the main path. It's just better overall. And that's all Changli needs. He now knows exactly where to place all the traps. Then Changli asks another question, CNG, what do you think is going to happen to you if a battle breaks out here? CNG calmly responds, only one thing, no matter what we do, they'll come, and we'll be destroyed. We all doomed. Soon, no one will even remember that we existed. Changli replies, till now, I wasn't confident at all about winning this fight. But now, I'm starting to feel just a little confident. It feels like we might actually have a chance. He starts thinking, who says this guy's skills are useless? In fact, his skill might be exactly what we need. I'll keep asking him all the risky questions. Whatever answer he gives, I'll go with the opposite. That way, I can eliminate all the wrong options and be left with only the right ones. That's what I call using power wisely. If you think about it, even a used toilet paper roll can be repurposed the right way, and I'm exactly the kind of guy who knows how to make use of everything. We then cut to the girl, Sun Yin. She's been given a place to stay in a nice house. Since most of the houses here are empty anyway, she was put up in one of them. She's comfortably sitting on the bed. Just then, Chengali walks in and says, "Miss Su, it's time for dinner." As soon as she looks at him, he's captivated. He thinks, she's so beautiful. Her eyes are so clear. I want to have her no matter what. I want to give her everything she wants right here in this house, just so she agrees to marry me. The very next second after thinking all that, Qingli quickly calms himself down. He starts wondering, what am I even thinking? This is all nonsense. How can I even imagine winning over a girl like this? He reminds himself, the world I belong to teaches respect for women. There's no way I can think like this. Just as he clears his thoughts, the system girl suddenly appears in front of him. She walks up to him and says, "Your thoughts have become unusually pure. Because of that, we want you to accept another quest. Remember that mission you completed a while ago? The one where you had to kidnap this girl and marry her? That mission now has a second part. You still haven't married her yet, only the kidnapping part is done. So now, part 2 begins. You'll have to win her heart. But remember, you're not allowed to use any kind of violence. A true king must know how to conquer both land and hearts." Hearing that, Qingli smiles and says, "Well, miss, I thought you'd be asleep by now. But you're still awake. Maybe you're hungry? Please have this food, and you'll be able to sleep well afterwards." Suing responds coldly, "Do you even know who I am? My father is a powerful businessman, very wealthy, and I'm about to marry into the royal family of Blackstone City. If you don't release me now, you're going to face serious consequences. Both my father and the Blackstone King must already be preparing to come after you. They'll wipe you all out. But if you let me go right now, you might even be rewarded. I'll try to make sure your life is spared." Qingli calmly replies, "Seems like there's a misunderstanding. We didn't kidnap you for money. We did this because we have an old rivalry with Blackstone City. Once that's resolved, we'll let you go safely. You're not in any real danger here. Once our task is complete, we'll make sure you return safely to your family." Suing, clearly unconvinced, snaps, "You're lying. Your eyes look just like every other kidnapper's. You're a thug who's taken me for ransom. If it's money you want, just say so. I can pay you as much as you want. If you want to make a deal, we can do that too, on your terms. Just please, don't hurt me, and return me to my family safely." Right then, a system window appears, displaying her information, name, Suing age, 17 special trait. She instantly speaks whatever is on her mind. Qingli looks at it and mutters. So she's basically an idiot. She doesn't even think before speaking. Thinking fast, Qingli realizes he needs a different approach. Maybe I should tell her a random, emotional story, he thinks. And so, he begins. "You probably think I'm just another kidnapper. Someone trying to take advantage of a girl. But that's not true. Every kidnapper in this world has their own story. I used to be a good student once. I had books in my hand. I never needed to pick up a weapon." As he tells the story, Suing unexpectedly gets curious. Like a child, she asks, "Then what happened?" Qingli continues, "When I had learned everything this world had to offer, I studied countless books." But before he can finish, the system girl interrupts with another announcement. "You've accidentally completed another hidden mission. It was an extra task where you had to increase the respect Queen Men has for you." Even though everything you just said was a lie, she believed it to be true. And because of that, her respect for you has increased significantly. This means you've completed yet another task. She continues, "Also, we noticed that you talked to Suing respectfully. If you had spoken to her inappropriately and Queen Men overheard it, all the respect she had for you would have vanished in an instant. In fact, she might have even attacked you. She absolutely hates it when someone disrespects a woman." Chengali says, "You should have told me this earlier. What if I had gone to Suig and spoken to him? What if I said something wrong? He would, Wei snapped my neck right then and there." To Suig, his wife appears inside Suig's memories. And when he looks at me, he sees the soldiers who once attacked her. In a way, I just saved my own life today. I should always be careful and respectful while talking to Suig. Now the scene shifts. It's the next morning. Liger is seen running and yelling, "Wake up, everyone. We are about to be attacked." Chengali is surprised. "An attack? But it's only been a day. How could they reach us so quickly?" Liger replies, "It's not an army. It's just one man. But he's strong, handsome, and carrying a spear. He's standing right outside the village gate." Cut to the village gates. Lin is standing there with his horse. As he steps forward, he declares, "I know you are hiding inside. This is the infamous Toad village, right? The one rumored to be full of bandits? Miss Suig, don't worry. I've arrived. I'll rescue you, and no one can stop me. Anyone who gets in my way will die by my hands. Everyone in this village will fall today." Lin continues giving these bold threats, unaware that Chengali and his allies are standing right at the gate. Chengali, recognizing him, says, "That's Lin. How did he find this place? We taught him a good lesson last time. Why is he back again?" Looks like he needs another reminder. He turns to Quinman and says, "Go, teach him that lesson." Quinman steps forward. Lin sees him and says, "Go get your weapon and your horse. I don't want any advantage over you. This should be a fair fight. If I defeat you, I want it to mean something." Quinman snaps back, "Cut the nonsense. Let's fight already. I don't need any advantage. I have more power and more knowledge than you." And just like that, Quinman launches an attack. First, he steps on his horse and leaps at Lin. He grabs Lin by the face and lifts him into the air with force. Lin doesn't even get a chance to fight back. Quinman's attacks are insanely fast. He slams Lin to the ground with brutal strength. Lin crashes so hard, he even breaks a tree on the way down. The fight was one-sided from the very beginning. Even while falling, Lin yells, "I'll be back. And next time, I'll definitely win. I'll keep fighting until I do." His voice turns into a loud screech as he crashes to the ground, and everything falls silent. Chengli walks over to Quinman and says, "That was too easy. But I'm sure he'll try climbing that mountain again just to return. Send his horse after him. I don't want him wasting all that energy climbing. Let him ride back. Even if he does attack again, it won't really matter." Quinman nods and walks away. At that moment, Chengli hears a ding, a notification from the system. "Congratulations. You've completed another mission. Your objective was to defend the village by any means. This first defense was successful. You've won." Chengli is stunned. "Wait. Just like that? I actually completed the mission?" The system lady replies, "Absolutely. And here are your rewards." Chengli receives 5 rewards in one go because it was a legendary reward tier. First reward, an iron spear. Second reward, all village mounts are now upgraded. Third reward, a new well will be dug inside the village. Fourth reward, as long as you stay within village limits, your body will heal faster. Any injury will recover quickly. Fifth reward, one random villager will get a skill upgrade. As Chengli hears these rewards one by one, a proud smile spreads across his face. He says with joy, "Now that was awesome." The system lady adds, "And that's not all. You're also receiving a bonus, 10 wooden chests, each containing a different kind of treasure. You can claim them now." Chengli chuckles, "This is amazing. Just don't tell me this is some kind of bug. You better double-check everything. If you try to take these rewards back later, I won't return them." The system lady calmly says, "I am the voice of this system. And in this system, bugs do not exist. Even if they did, I wouldn't be able to detect them anyway." Chengli says, "Alright then, just give me whatever reward there is, right now." CNG walks up to him and comments, "Chief, what happened to you? You seem a little too happy. That attack wasn't even that dangerous for you to be celebrating this much." Just then, a new screen appears in front of Chengli. It reads, "Your village is about to be attacked again. This next challenge will take place within this quest, and the attack will happen very soon. This time, the enemy's power will exceed that of your entire village, and it won't be easy to pass this challenge like before." Chengli is completely focused on reading the screen. He's not paying any attention to CNG at all. CNG, a bit annoyed, repeats himself, "You, Ria Chief, you shouldn't be getting this excited over something so minor. Tell me what's going on. Why are your legs shaking so much with excitement?" Chengli tells him to stay quiet. Then, thinking deeply, he reflects, "As the system warned, this next attack will be far greater than our village's power. That means Blackstone City is still planning to attack us. We'll need to prepare ourselves immediately. The attack is going to be deadly, and it's coming fast. This isn't the time to be happy. The real challenge is approaching." The scene shifts underground. We see a spear stabbing through the ground. It belongs to Lin, who stands beside it. His face is full of fury. Charging forward, he declares, "I haven't given up yet. Village, I'm coming back to attack you. I'll keep attacking until I defeat you. Madam Suing. I will free you, no matter what it takes." In the next scene, Lin is standing right in front of Chengli and CNG. Seeing him again, CNG gets fired up, shouting, "You've come back to attack us again? You've got some nerve. This time, we might just have to kill you." But Chengli stops him. "No, we won't do that," he says calmly. "In fact, I'm starting to respect him more and more. I want him to stay alive." CNG protests, but Chengli cuts him off. "I heard you, and I've already given my answer. If anyone tries to kill him, they'll have to fight me first." CNG goes silent, taken aback. He starts thinking, what is Chengli saying? Chengli steps forward and says to Lin, "I can see you, re-exhausted. How about you take a break in our village, get something to eat? We have good food here." Lin slams his spear into the ground and steps back. "Cut the nonsense. I don't want to eat anything from your village. I came here to attack, and I won't accept anything from a village I'm planning to destroy. But there's one thing I'll accept, a challenge. If you want, you can challenge me to a one-on-one fight. He looks over at Quinn Man. You, the same guy who attacked me earlier, right? Right now, I've got no weapon and no horse. That means this fight will be completely fair. Quinn Man, step up. I, Knight Lin, challenge you to a fight. Hearing this, Quinn Man gets visibly angry, but before he can act, Chengli walks up to him and says, calm down. You need to think before attacking. I know you can defeat him in a single blow, but we don't want to kill him. Fight slowly, take your time. You understand what I'm saying, right? Quinn Man nods. Yeah, got it. Then, he steps forward, ready to fight. Lin is fully prepared too. He calls out, come at me with everything you've got. Quinn Man charges in at full speed and tackles Lin with incredible force. Lin is thrown high into the air and crashes down hard, this time even farther than before. It'll take him quite a while to get back. Watching him go, Chengli yells, be sure to come back again. I'll be waiting for your return. But next time, come as a friend. We'll welcome you properly in our village. With that, Chengli completes another mission. He receives 5 more rewards. But this time, the rewards are disappointing. Not because they are useless, but they are nowhere near as good as the last ones. Some ordinary items, stakes, a few medicinal pills, and a skill called Unity, which doesn't seem that useful. And instead of 10 wooden chests like before, he only gets 5. Chengli looks at the rewards and feels a bit let down. This time the rewards are much fewer than before. Will it be like this every time? The reward keeps decreasing continuously. And just then, another quest gets activated. It says that he has to defend the village for the 3rd time. At the same moment, the same cycle begins again. Lin is once more seen climbing the mountain with a wooden necklace in his hand. He climbs all the way to the top and challenges Chengli to a fight again. He warns him, if Sug is not freed right now, everyone will die. Chengli, just like before, offers him the chance to join the village's side. But Lin flat out refuses. Furious, he demands, hand over Sug to me right now. I'm not going to surrender in front of you. At this point, Chengli realizes, there's no other option left. He tells Quinn Man to take it easy this time, but Quinn Man charges at Lin and tackles him again, throwing him far away. Chengli receives another reward, but this time it's even less than before. The 4th defense quest has now been activated. Once again, Lin returns for the attack. And once again, he gets beaten and thrown away. Hours pass by like this. Lin keeps coming back over and over, and each time he's thrown out again. But he still refuses to give up. Like a machine, he keeps returning. At this point, Lin's companion arrives and says, I think it's time to eat now. Let's go back. But Lin shakes his head. No, this doesn't feel right. He's going to attack again. And I don't want him to find me missing when he gets here. If I'm not standing here when he returns, he'll think I was scared of him. For a night, that would be deeply humiliating. Meanwhile, Chengli starts wondering, why isn't Lin giving up? We've beaten him so many times, yet he keeps coming back. That's when the system lady speaks up. Didn't you read his attrition? He's like a hero. No matter how weak he is, he's never going to give up. He'll keep attacking you again and again. And the next one, that will be his 10th attack. If you manage to defend the village again, the reward will be hidden. Hearing this, Chengli waits a long time for Lin to return. But this time, Lin doesn't show up. Chengli starts getting worried. This is not like him. Lin isn't someone who runs away. Then it hits him. What if he's in some danger? What if his life is at risk? Saying this, Chengli rushes off. I'll be back. I need to check something. We then see Lin on top of a mountain peak, standing near a wooden pole. His spear is missing. It was left behind during the 2nd attack when Quinn Man threw him. Now, all he has is a wooden stick. He looks straight ahead and mutters to himself, I've been insulted. My name is Lin Sui. I attacked that village 10 times, and every time, I failed. For a knight, that's the most shameful thing possible. I feel like I no longer have a place in this world. I've lost everything. I don't even have my spear anymore, a knight's most vital weapon. I've lost my horse too. I had to abandon my partner in the middle of battle. That's the worst shame a knight can face. I'm ready to die. I believe that when I die here, I'll reconnect. And maybe, 20 years later, I'll return as a glorious knight once again. Lin steps forward, ready to fall from the peak. But just then, he hears a rustling sound from behind. It's Chengli. Seeing him, Lin erupts in anger. You dare to come here too? Fine. I admit it, you are far stronger than me. I can't beat you in a fight. But there's still one thing I can do. I can end my life. Do you see what you forced me to do? You left me with no other choice but to destroy myself. Chengali says, no, that's not true. You just need to shift your perspective a little. Once you do that, you'll start seeing all the options around you. Tell me something. Do you think it's brave to jump, or is it brave to keep living? I'm sure you know the answer deep down. You think you, reproving your courage by jumping? No, what you, re-showing is your impulsiveness. That's the difference between a fool and a wise man. A fool is ready to die for his principles, while a wise man chooses to live for them. So be smart. You have plenty of ideals, and if you can't follow them right now, it doesn't mean you have to die. Instead, become worthy of those ideals, live in a way that lets you follow them while you, still breathing. Lin snaps back, shut your nonsense. You can't teach me what ideals are. You are just a common bandit. Chengali replies calmly, yes, I know very well, I am just a normal bandit. And you, a knight. According to you, I am nothing. But even I have some ideals, some role models. We follow principles too. Lin says, your principles? A bandit's principles don't count. Chengali says, they do. I could tell you my whole story if you want. Would you like to hear it? And then Chengali begins to tell Lin the exact same story he once told Suyan. The story might be simple, but it's powerful and moving. Just like it affected Suyan, it has a strong impact on Lin too. By the end, Lin starts looking at Chengali with something close to respect. For the first time, he wonders, is this really the story of a bandit? Could a bandit think like this? Could he truly be trying to upgrade his village for the right reasons? He can't believe the words he just heard came from the mouth of someone he labeled a criminal. But while Lin is lost in thought, his body starts to give out. Understandable, considering he's climbed a mountain once on horseback and 8 more times on foot. And he's been beaten 9 times by Queen Nan. No wonder he's at his limit. Darkness starts closing in on him. Just then, Chengali rushes to his side and shouts, grab my hand. Hurry. He extends his hand and says, this is a hand of friendship. If you become my friend, it'll benefit you more than you know. To me, you're a hero, and a hero should know how to act like one. You don't need to become a martyr. Your life can still be amazing. You still have many dreams left. Chengali says all this, but Lin is barely conscious. He can't hear everything clearly. Slowly, his body begins sliding backward, and he reaches the edge of the cliff. Then, he falls. He gives himself up to death and loses consciousness midair. Just in time, Chengali dashes forward and grabs his hand. Lin doesn't even realize that his life has just been saved. Chengali gently lays him down on the grass nearby and says, your health has taken a serious hit. I told you before, calm down. You didn't need to fight so recklessly. Look at the condition you've brought yourself to. But even now, I won't let you die so easily. You are a hero, and like a true hero, you are going to live a long, meaningful life. After that, Chengali picks Lin up and carries him back to the Tot village. He tends to his wounds, takes care of him, and stays by his side. Just then, Sheng walks in and says, what are you doing? He's our enemy. The moment he wakes up, he's going to attack us again. Chengali calmly replies, no, that's not going to happen. I completely trust him. He would never do something like that. After all, he's a hero. He would never even think of attacking us from behind. If he ever had to attack us, he'd first give us a proper warning. But Zhang Li is suddenly very disturbed. He starts thinking, this guy's condition isn't improving at all. He's already been beaten up 9 times, and instead of recovering, he's made things worse for himself. At this rate, it's going to be really hard to treat him. I need to quickly find those medicines that the system had given me. But I don't even know where they are right now. He then shouts, where are you? I had sent you to get the excavation tools. Why haven't they arrived yet? Just then, Khazar arrives with the tools. Sang-ji, look at all this stuff. Zhang Li starts asking excitedly, what are we supposed to do with all this? Zhang Li replies, we're going hunting. Sang-ji is confused. Hunting? With this? These are excavation tools. That's exactly the point, Zhang Li says. We can't hunt with these, but we can definitely dig. We're going treasure hunting. And by we, I mean all 3 of us. We're going together. With that, Zhang Li, Sang-ji, and Khazar head off on their treasure hunt. Sang-ji, however, isn't fully convinced. As they walk, he tells Zhang Li, I don't think we're going to find any treasure. There's no such place around our village. We've never had treasure here. But in the very next moment, they arrive at the spot, a horse stable. And right after they start digging, they find something. Look what I found! Khazar exclaims, holding up an iron spear. Not only that, but the horses in the stable also seem to have changed. They look much fitter and healthier now. Zhang Li notices it too. These horses were normal before, but now they're much faster. Apparently, they were sick earlier, but now they're all in great shape. They also discover a scroll that talks about some ancient history, but the content is pretty bad. It's full of confusing paintings and hard to understand. Still, now that they're finding treasure, the others also begin helping out. After some more digging, they find a war drum. And soon after that, they come across a banner, a symbol that might become the new emblem of the village. Interestingly, most of the treasure is being found by Khazar. She even discovers an old dried-up well that now has water in it. "Chief, come here. Look. There's water in the well again," she yells excitedly. "But how's that possible?" someone asks. "This well had been dry for ages." Zhongli says, "Doesn't matter how. There's water now, so just enjoy it." He then asks, "Where's that spear?" "I want it to be given to Queen Nun." Queen Nun receives the new spear and is absolutely thrilled. Holding it in her hand, she says, "This spear is incredible. It's so handy. The moment I held it, I could feel its strength. I've been wanting a spear like this for a long time. Holding it boosts my skills." At that moment, Zhongli finds a scroll listing all the items they've collected so far. It's basically the entire loot report for the day. But strangely, there's not a single sword, which is something Qingli had wanted from the very beginning. Finally, Sangji also gets to work. He discovers a hidden spot buried under the ground. He quickly calls Qingli and says, "There's a secret area down here." Qingli responds, "Then why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go down." They descend together, and what they see shocks them: countless treasure chests. Not one or two, but a huge pile of them. As Sangji climbs down, he says, "There are so many chests here. We never even knew this existed. Looks like our previous chief buried all the treasure here and completely forgot to tell anyone." Qingli says, "Who cares? We found it. That's all that matters. Now it's ours, and we're going to put it to good use." Looking at the chests, Sangji comments, "These look like they've been buried here for thousands of years. No one has ever managed to open them. What do you think, Qingli?" Qingli answers, "I've got nothing to say. Except, open them up, now. I want to see what's inside." Sangji agrees. "Yes, me too. Let's see what our ancestors left behind." With that thought, both of them jump eagerly toward the loot chests, eyes shining with excitement. And with that, this episode of the series comes to an end. Thank you for watching.